Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to start our house, our Habitat for Humanity house, and we're going to do that by opening up a new architectural template. So we can click here, hit OK. And we're going to start this based off of the scaled floor plans that we had made. So first thing we are going to do is we are going to go to Insert, and we're going to go to Image. And then you're going to go search your computer for your scale drawing. So it may be, you might have to go to Google Drive and then download it onto the computer. So I'm going to go look for mine here. My computer. Here, and I'm going to go to my download section. That's it. Okay, and I'm going to zoom out, and that is my scale drawing. Now, the orientation for this, I'm going to change a little bit. I'm going to rotate it because this is my front door here. I just want to see the front door down in this direction. So to do that, click on it, and over here you'll see a rotate. And then I basically just pick a point and rotate it around. There we go. So now it's rotated. Now we have to go in and we're going to have to scale this to the right size. Now my house is 30 feet wide along the front. So I'm just going to go to a wall. I'm just going to get a basic generic wall. And let's find something. Click on it. Now this wall, we're going to have to scale correctly, so I'm going to click on that again. That's 85. We'll change it to 35 feet. This is for my house. Yours is going to be a little bit different depending on whatever dimensions. We'll bring that down. You can see here I still have to go quite a bit. Let's keep going. Keep resizing it even more. All right, now we're getting in the ballpark. I'm going to drag that up. And keep going. Once you get this kind of sets everything into place. I'm going to take it, let's stack it right on there. So you can see I have to go a little bit more. Keep going. All right, so that's pretty close right there. Now the reason I'm doing this is so that when, I can use the arrow keys, really fine tune it in. The reason why I'm doing this is so that when I'm doing the interior walls and anything else in the house, I have like a rough idea where everything goes. I don't need actual dimensions. All right, so that wall is 35 feet, and click on it again. There we go, 35 feet. I'm gonna delete this wall now. And now we're gonna go and make our outside or exterior wall. So I'm gonna go to wall, and this basic generic wall, let's go into, we're gonna edit type. From there, I'm gonna go to duplicate. And then I'm going to keep cap locks on so I know this is a wall that I changed. And go exterior wall. Hit OK. And now we're going to edit. So we're going to go here, structure 1 by category. So that is going to be our, we're going to do a 2x4 exterior wall construction. So I'm going to look for here and see if I can find any sort of stud or wood. Let's see, wood. There we go. So I'm going to go for just softwood lumber. It would be Douglas fir or pine. It doesn't matter for this. It's fine, softwood lumber. We're just using something for a render appearance. I'm gonna go in. Sure, the wood looks great. Here we go. We hit OK. So now we know it's softwood lumber. Remember, the thickness is 2x4, so that's really a 3.5 inch width. Okay, and that's our first layer. Now we have to build out from there. We're gonna go Insert. All right, we're going to take a look at the next thing. So we got more structure. So this is what we're building upon. And we can see here we got other substrate. That's what we want, right? Because the structure is the stud. Then from here we put plywood sheathing on it. So click by category. Let's see if we can find sheathing. Sheathing. There we go. Plywood sheathing. Use render appearance. Looks good. Hit OK. That we're going to use 1/2 inch, 0.5 inches. Good, so now this is in the core. This is our foundation for our exterior wall. We're now going to insert, and we're going to move up, and we are going to add some rigid foam. So let's see, foam, rigid insulation, click that. Use render appearance. If you want to change the color to pink or whatever else, that's fine by me. I don't really care, it's good. Okay. That is also a 1/2 inch thick. Hit okay with that, whoops. Let's go back to that, hit that. So I'm good to go. Now we're gonna insert, oh, and we gotta change that to a substrate also. Now we're gonna add a membrane layer. And that membrane layer, let's see, we can use membrane. Let's see if they got that air infiltration barrier. All right, click that. Use render appearance if you want, okay. Now, by using a membrane layer allows us to put in a 0-inch thickness, which is fine. And now we're gonna go finally for siding over that. Insert. This is going to be our finish layer. And we're gonna look and see if there's any sort of siding. Nothing. All right, so now we go down on the bottom here, and we're gonna go creates and duplicates materials, create new material. Good. Identity. Change that to vinyl siding. Graphics, use render appearance. Appearance. So we're gonna go to replace this asset over here. And I'm gonna type in siding. So I'm gonna bring up document assets, put it there, type in siding. See what we find. So I got horizontal 6-inch bays. Let's see what else they got. And I have all these other ones. So 6 inches is like the size of these little laps right here. I'm gonna go to an 8-inch. I don't care about color right now. Doesn't matter. Click that. So that replaces it in. Hit OK. So I'm using a horizontal 8-inch. If you want something else, that's fine. Try to keep this as simple as possible yourself. So between these 4 to 8 inches should be okay. Okay, then I can close that. Notice how it places it in up here. I'm gonna make sure I just hit apply, make sure it's all good. And I'm gonna hit OK. Now that should be about a 1/2 inch thick. Could be a little bit more, but we'll go 0.5 inches. Enter. So now this is our exterior wall. We have the stud, plywood sheathing. Then outside the core of that, we have this rigid insulation, which is also a substrate, membrane layer, which is the air infiltration barrier, and then finally our finished layer up on top of that. That is our exterior wall. Make sure you're good to go. If you want to preview it, there we go. This is looking at it from the section view of it. You can zoom in, and that's what it looks like. All right, hit OK. And then you're gonna hit OK again. So now this is our basic exterior wall. And now I'm gonna draw in this wall. I'm just gonna go to the rectangle tool. I'm gonna pick my corner, come up. All right, so click that. And now I'm gonna change the dimensions. I hit escape, click. So this tells me by clicking this wall, it's gonna move that wall. I'm gonna change this to 35 feet. And then over here, I have 25 feet, so everything looks good. Click. All right, and then down on the bottom here, I'm gonna go detail, fine. So I'm gonna zoom in and see you have my layers mixed up. I'm gonna click, change that to the exterior wall by clicking that arrow. And I'm gonna do that for all 4 walls. Click. Click there. Click that. Now I have the exterior wall all done. We can zoom in, take a look. All right, and I would save it at this point. Save often. So we're gonna save. And let's see. Let's go find somewhere to save to. I'm gonna make myself a new folder. Let's call it the HOH house. And that is my house. Here we go, house. Here we go. So that is the basic now for my house. Everything is saved. No, let's give it a different name. house. There we go. Save. And there we go. So that's your exterior walls. Not much difficult for that. We can go in and adjust heights later, but right now we just want to get this basic foundation down. Next then, I'm going to do my interior walls. Let's go wall. And I'm going to look through our list and see what do we have here. They have an interior wall. I'm just going to go, let's go to this generic 5-inch. Edit type. Duplicate. All right, so interior wall. Hit OK. Edit that. All right, and now we're going to basically be looking at structure again. This is going to be 2x4 wall. So we can go type in wood. What do we got? Softwood lumber. Good. Use render appearance. Fine. And now we're going to insert, move up, finish layer. And that is going to be gypsum wallboard or sheetrock. So GWB, gypsum wallboard. There it is. Use render appearance. Okay. And we're going to insert and move this one down to the other side. Because remember, it's a wall sandwich. It's the wood stud sandwiched by plywood. by sheetrock. Change that to finish one also by category. Gypsum wallboards there. Okay, so now let's look at our thicknesses. We're going to use 3/8 inch thick sheetrock on the inside. Our 2x4 is really 3.5 inches. And the same with 3/8 inch there. So now if I look at the preview, there it is. Sheetrock sandwiching the wood stud wall. Hit OK. And OK again. So now I'm going to go in and make my interior walls. I'm going to start, let's zoom in, and I'm going to start tracing over all of these. Not worried about doors yet. Okay, so that's one wall. And I can adjust a lot of this later on. But it's giving me my basic layout. All right, so, and I got a wall here. So now I have all my interior walls. And like I said, the final layout and dimensions, I'm going to worry about them afterwards. I'm going to save it again. Give it a moment. Okay, so now let's go into 3D view and take a look at this. So there it is. Notice that these walls are pretty high. So let's fix that. So I'm going to click, hit Control and click my exterior walls. Click my exterior walls, and we see that they have an unconnected height of 20 feet, or they're unconnected. So let's cancel this. I'm going to go down to my elevation view. There's my wall, pretty high. Let's change level 1. Level 1. I'm going to go over here, rename. Call it ground floor. Okay, and then level 2, rename. Let's call it top plate, or you can call it roof. Doesn't matter to me. Hit OK. And we're going to change that height to 8 feet, so it brings it down. We're also going to add another one, too. So let's do that now as well. I'm going to add in a new level. So I'm going to click level here. Here we're going to do a 4-foot crawl space. So I'm going to come over here and draw my line in. Even it up. Okay. I'm going to click on this. Change this to negative 4 feet. Enter. And let's rename level 3. So I'm going to come over here to browser, right click, rename, and call it crawl space. Let's get this in while we're here. Yes. All right, so we got crawl space, ground floor, top plate. Now I'm going to go back to my 3D view and click on my walls, hit Control. And where it says unconnected, I'm going to click that and change up to top plate. There we go. Now these interior walls, let's take a look at them. Up to level, top plate, they're already there. And that's it. So now we finally have like a pretty much of a layout of our house. If you want to look at stick, there we go. It shows siding on the outside, interior walls, and that is our basic layout of the house. What you're going to do now is you're going to go in to this ground floor view, floor plan, and you're going to see like, hey, is this dimension correct? So I can go into align dimensions and measure from the, let's go face, all faces. Click from here to here and go, oh, that's 2'7", 3/4 inches. Well, I know that according to the some ADA rules and the guidelines that I can't have that. So I need to push a wall over. Which wall am I going to do? Well, I can push this wall over, so I can click it and then change this dimension to be 42 inches. There we go. So that moves that over. And I'm going to have to do that now for the rest of them. If I want to delete the dimension, escape, click it, and delete. Also, if you want to hide this now, you can left click on it, right click, and go hide in view, and you can hide it as an element. I'm going to keep it up for a little while and just make sure everything is all set the way I want. But that's how you set up your basic floor plan for the Habitat for Humanity house. So we're going to stop this video here, and that's about it. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.